Hey everyone, so the new beta for Premiere Pro has just come out on the M1 Silicone Max, and the first question on everyone's lips is it quicker? So I have here the MacBook Air with the 8-core GPU, and this is obviously the fanless version of the MacBooks with the M1 chip. I've also got installed both versions, the Intel and the Apple version of Premiere Pro. And just for the sake of fairness, I'm going to have both running at the same time on different screens inside the software of the Mac. Loaded up in both softwares, I'm going to have the timeline from the video that I shot the other day about flying through the fog. If you haven't seen that video, I'll place that at the end of the video so you can take a look. And if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. So I think that this project's a good test because it's got screen recordings from phones, it's got drone footage from a DJI drone, it's got A7S footage, it's got GoPro footage, it's got audio sound effects and various different adjustment layers and audio adjustments on top. So I think it's a really good comparison and a very real-world example of what we can see. When exporting, I'm going to be using H.264 standard with the preset for YouTube 4K output that's built into Premiere Pro encoder, so that I can keep the same outputs between both pieces of software. And I did do a quick rehearsal with this before filming it now, and one thing that I did notice that the screen recorder in QuickTime really does slow down the application in the beta software. So for that reason, I'm not going to be doing that during this experiment, and I'll be filming externally using another camera. So let's get going. So as mentioned, I'm just going to use the YouTube 4K export, H.264, and I will put this on the desktop, and I'll call this Intel software. And I'm going to start the timer exactly at the same point. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so it's 20% into the upload and we're at 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's 1 minute and 13 to 20% of the upload. So 40% and we are at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And that's halfway at just over 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 4 seconds for 50% export. So at 80%, we're at 4 minutes and 37 seconds. So last 20% to go. So that's 98, 99, 100% done. So that's 5 minutes and 23 seconds for that export. Okay, so now I'm literally going to switch straight over to the other one, Premiere Pro Beta. I'm going to use the exact same export settings, H.264, YouTube at 4K, and I'm going to reset the timer and call this one. Put this on the desktop and call this Apple Silicone. Okay. So now I'm going to hit export and go at the same time. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we are 20% in and it's 1 minute, exactly 1 minute at 20% in. Okay, so 40% is 2 minutes and 4 seconds at 40%. 50% is 2 minutes and 29 seconds, halfway through. 80% at 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Last 20%. What's really interesting is the estimated file size for this is apparently 22 gigabytes. So let's see what it actually is shortly. Still clearly some bugs in the software. Okay, 96%, nearly there. 97, 98, 99, and done. So 4 minutes and 30 seconds for that export. Okay, so let's speak about the results. Unsurprisingly, the software that's been optimized for the MacBook runs better than the Intel Mac. No doubt about it. So after doing all the number crunching, on average, at every point it was 29% quicker than the Intel-based software. And 29% might not sound like much, but it's nearly a third, and overnight your exports have just got a third quicker than where they were before. So not only have the M1 Macs been one jump, you're also now getting a second jump when software developers start to optimize the software for these machines. And let's keep in mind that the Apple-based software ran second when the computer was already a little bit warm. And then it's still beta software, so it's still not 100% optimized, and it can only get better from here on out. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something like I did. And whilst you're here, why don't you take a look around the channel, and if you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you next time.